Just then a loud siren blasted in Anna's ears. It was a deafening sound. It made her jump back. Then came the sound of dozens of footsteps running into the hallway outside her walls. The siren kept pulsing in her skull. The sound made her dizzy, and the room started to spin. And then she saw trails of blue gas seeping through the bottom of the doorway. The room filled up with blue and red flashes of fading light until it all went black. When Anna finally awoke, she saw a beam of sunlight slid into the bedroom. No sounds of the sirens, no sight of the blue gas. Anna opened her eyes to a clear blue sky outside her window. The bedroom door was still locked. Nothing in her room had moved out of its place. A burning itch crawled down her arms like 1,000 slithering worms with sharp underbellies. When Anna rolled up her sleeves, a certain green tint covered her arms. Patches of tan circles became dark yellow. Her arms itched, and she scratched her skin until blood collected under her fingernails. "What is this?" she wondered. "Is it from the gas?" Queasiness filled her stomach. A hot burn stung her eyes and worsened. Severe cramps caused her to collapse into the bed. She fumbled inside of the nightstand drawer for a mirror. Her face was covered with a green tint, and her eyes were dark yellow. "Oh my God, what happened?" she worried. There was no sound of the intruders outside the door. She knew she had to get out of the room. So she took a chance and unlocked the bedroom door. She ran out into the apartment. No sight of the intruders. She hurried to the bathroom sink. The water was cold against her fingers as she tried to wash herself clean of the yellow patches and green tint, but could not get them clean of the substance. Then she heard the sound came from the other room. Unfamiliar voices mumbled. The sound of something dragged across the floor. That's when she saw 4 tall men in yellow and black rubber uniforms stand in the living room. Large blue letters on their uniforms read, "Economic Union." The men lifted the naked bodies of her intruders. They began to carry the bodies away. Anna saw the axe on the floor. There had been sight of a struggle. Anna remembered the blue gas and figured it must have knocked them out too. She hurried to the bedroom to hide herself. She locked the door and covered herself beneath the blankets. She wanted to hide under those sheets and pretend the world didn't exist, but it was too late for that. A knock came on her door. "Hey you," a voice said. "Open up the door, let us in, please. We are only here to help. Yes, only to help. We are here to protect you. Please let us in." Anna leapt up out of the bed and glanced at the window. She knew she had to make a dash for it, and so she did. She hurried to the window as the knocking kept striking the door. She slid the window open and then stepped out to the fire escape. There was no sight of them down along the street or parking lot. There was no time to waste. She ran as fast as she could down the steps, but then she felt her legs cramp and she fought the tightness in her muscles. She told herself, "No, I must fight on. I have to get free from them. Yes, there must be some sort of escape from this hell. There has to be." It was a long and hot sprint to the nearest alleyway. Flyers covered brick walls beside her. Dozens of flyers read, "Unlock your windows and doors. The Union is here to protect you. The Union is here to bring you home." Those words disgusted her. Just then her legs cramped again and she fell into the brick wall. Then she dropped hard to the pavement and knocked her head. That's when she heard the footsteps shuffle closer. Menacing shadows approached. Laughter echoed in the distance. "We finally got her, yes. Anna is ours now." "Don't shoot her," yelled the Union leader. "She is already poisoned and we need not waste the flesh." Anna tried to get back up to her feet, but she could not. She was out of strength. She looked at the strange green tint on her skin. It now made sense as to what caused her sickness, that poisonous gas hisoxythide poison. By the time the Union police reached her, her vision went black. She could no longer see. The full effects of the poison had her beat. She felt the police remove all her clothing so that she could be sealed for food storage. She felt them use the sealing machine to seal her flesh in plastic, to preserve it for their feeding. She tried to wiggle free one last time but could not resist. "Let me go," she pled. "Oh God, no, please no." She felt the plastic seal her arms and legs together. The plastic was warm and felt sticky. A familiar voice emerged as Anna choked. She heard the union leader say, "I can't wait to taste this one." Anna wanted to yell out, but it was too late. She felt the plastic seal her mouth. She tried to gasp for air. It wasn't possible. The nation had won, as it always does. Anna's final breath ceased. Her heart stopped. That was when a bright light came and Anna was flying, levitating above her body. Down below her floating orb, she watched the Union police load her body into the transport vehicle as she lifted up and floated away. She saw them lick their lips in hunger. She was glad to be free of the dog-eat-dog world, or shall we say, the man-eat-man world. Anna was glad to be free. Yes, she was finally free now, finally free of a world that had been slowly killing her all along. In the end, death is a consolation prize for enduring a life of human suffering. Anna had finally reached the end of her suffering, and she was glad.